Bonjour. I have today just finished a call with a new client of mine, and I think from his problem, he allowed to talk me to talk about his problem, but without naming him and so on. And we agreed that actually from his problem we can all profit as artists, as creatives, no matter what you are doing with your talent, because this client has the opposite problem of what most artists are struggling with. It is Most artists are struggling with money, how to have a secure life, how to build up a life that is running in a way that is possible to live a life and also do their art. And there are a lot of troubles and sorrows that are going in the artist's mind around. And this artist made 20 years ago a different decision actually. There were people back then around him. He was a very talented young man, so really talented. I saw the work he was doing back then, and he made a different decision. He was listening to all the people around him, and he made the decision for security and money. And now he's really a rich person. Also, it is really outstanding how much money you can produce when you have creativity in you. It is possible. But nevertheless, this person spent now 20 years gathering all the safety, the money that was possible, and it was making him miserable, because back then he decided not to hear the voice that was deep in him, that was calling him to art and creativity. He made the decision for the safety, and the safety came with a price. It was leading him into a life that was really caged. It was really a life with golden handkerchiefs, and it was not handkerchiefs, golden. You know what I mean when we are coffins. No, I don't know. Write down in the comments down below when you know the word for it. I don't know why I'm missing right now the word. Sometimes you are so much in thinking and you want to share these thoughts, and then you are forgetting words. Down below you will also find a link that will most likely lead you to more value of methods and my thoughts that are scattered can bring you right now, so check it also out. Nevertheless, to go back to the topic, this life was really from outside a fulfilled life with money, everything that you can expect as a fulfilled life. Nevertheless, he always had this voice in him that wanted to break free from, for him, unfulfilled existence, and he wanted always to find out what he really wanted to get out of life, what kind of artist he would become. Most artists are living the opposite. They are in the process of finding out what their art can do, what are the talents, and they are struggle with safety. His problem is the opposite one. He has the safety, the money, and he's struggling with the purpose with his talent. And I think the most valuable lesson is to understand, to ask this question, what you really want to get out of your artistic life in the beginning, before you are making the decision to go for the safety, or you are making the decision to go for proving your talent and just trying yourself out and just expressing yourself. To go to the point back where you are finding out what you really want. I know the fact is that most of us don't know what we really want from our artistic life, and most of us are wandering without any purpose. And I think this is the most important point, because this is actually what is holding you back from the greatness you are achieving. Instead of just pursuing the money or just pursuing the expression of your talent and trying yourself out, first find out what you are wanting, because otherwise you are drifting away. No matter if you are going the way, the path down for safety and money and security, or you are going the absolutely crazy artistic way, when you don't have even attempt to answer the question of your purpose, what you really want from your life, you are drifting up. You can drift up to absolute having nothing and starving as an artist. You can drift up to having everything in money and security, or like some of the artists drifting up in spending 40 hours a week in a meaningless job where you can just scrapping everything together, that you are having to put some of the money and of the time in your artistic in your artistic progression. And in this decision, in this way that you never made a decision, in this having a little bit of money and a little bit of art, they are drifting away in something that is also not making them happy in a way, because playing it too safe or too chaotic, or in a way the path in between, nevertheless it will lead to a life where you are not, when you are not going after the thing that is most important to you and to your art. And even if you cannot find the right question, the right answer for this question of purpose, I know this is a big question, nevertheless trying to answer it will automatically correct your course on a path where you are finding the balance that will bring the most out of you, that in the end has the potential to lead you to greatness, even if it's not possible to achieve greatness instantly. You are going the right path. You are not going a path down in which you are waking up 20 years later and having everything and then discovering that you have nothing, or you are going down the path where you are doing everything for your art and now you are living under a bridge and you are starving. So the cause, perhaps this is not a question that can be directly answered of your purpose, what you really want for your life, but nevertheless, even if you don't know the direct destination or the direct cause, the course corrections on its way through thinking, sitting down, writing about you and writing about you, what you think about it, this can bring the course correction. And it is more important to make the smaller course correction than in the end 20 years later down the line you are finding out that you are on an entirely wrong course, and then it is a big course correction. By correcting your course every week a little bit, you are more or less going down the right path. And when should you do this? When should you sit down and think about what you really want from your artistic life? I think the most easiest answer to this is when you have this nagging question in your head: is this all there is? When you feel unfulfilled, when something is missing, it doesn't matter if it's money, something is missing, or if it's your artistic expression that is missing, you know something is missing. This is an indication that you are cutting yourself from the greatness you are capable of. And I think it is making more sense to sit down every week, every month, or even every day for a little bit and have a little bit of drama and sorrow and thinking than 20 years later like this client is having right now. So if you catch yourself often wondering what could it be, then sit down and start to think what it is really you want. What could it be? And even if you can't find a clear answer, only the clues will help you to correct your course. So when there are decisions to make, you have perhaps not the answer, but you have the clues, and with the clues alone you will never end up like my client making the wrong kind of decision and making you later on miserable and unhappy, even when from outside he's perhaps one of the most impressive and most happy looking person that I know. So if you have the time today, sit down and think about it, write down a little bit. If you like, down below, most likely I've put already a link in that will help you with such questions and methods much better than me just talking out allowed. So check it out, click the link, and I hope also that it has inspired you a little bit to think about your own greatness, own path and own decision. And I hope also to see you in my next video. Until then, see you soon. Bye bye.